Hello folks, Phil Gallagher here for another ThrabenU legacy video. Today we're going to be looking at Hyperlink's Tezzeret painter list. So Tezzerator is an archetype that's near and dear to my heart. I think it's always a ton of fun playing with this card. Unfortunately, Tezzeret has kind of gotten power creeped out of the format. There was a time in Legacy, back when Stoneblade was real popular, where like Tezzeret was something that was like a viable option, not necessarily a tier 1 option, but it would be the sort of thing that where, it could make a deep run at an SCG Open and people would get super hyped about it. And ever since Urza Saga came out, deck building heuristics have changed a lot, and it's got people thinking like, can we bring Tezzerator back in some way? And this is one of the more intriguing deck lists that I've seen. So we have the traditional Painter, Servant, Grindstone combo in this deck, and these cards in conjunction can mill out your opponent. However, traditionally Painter decks are red, and they're playing red Elemental Blasts and Pyroblasts, but Painter Servant can name any color. So with this deck, your goal is to name red and to Hydroblast things instead. So this blue is giving us access to Baleful Strix as a way to clog up the ground. It's giving us access to Force of Will, Thought Monitor, and of course our namesake card here, Tezzeret. Now, there aren't a ton of black sources in the deck, which is something that I want to talk about from the beginning of the video here. There's deltas, a swamp, and an underground sea, but I'm not concerned about the black count in game one. I think that's reasonable between like the lands that we have and the opals and such. I think that's fine. But if you look, 14 of our 15 sideboard cards are black. Unless you count Leyline of the Void as like an honorable colorless card, because you're gonna like start with it in play a good portion of the time. In which case it's only 10, but a huge portion of the sideboard cards are black. So I wonder if the deck is going to feel a little bit more mana hungry in the post sideboard games. Now, interestingly, we're very fetch land light, right? Like there's 4 fetch lands in this deck. So this deck list is opting to play Preordain over Ponder and Brainstorm. Generally speaking, I think most people would agree that Ponder and Brainstorm are more objectively powerful. But when you're not shuffling very consistently at all, Preordain picks up a lot of stock. So if you're not shuffling, and you cast a Preordain, you can bin all the cards that are bad. Whereas when you look with a Ponder, it's an all or nothing situation a lot of the time. And with a Brainstorm, like, you're getting those cards no matter what. So I think the Preordain is kind of a neat idea here. We're going to see what the artifact count is actually like for this deck once we're in action. I'm a little worried that Thought Monitor is going to be expensive. In some of these mid-rangey artifact decks that I've been playing, I've found that like Thought Monitor is rarely the 1 mana card that I want it to be, like it is when I'm playing something like, say, Affinity. So we'll kind of see how this performs. I'm excited to give this list a shot. It's been a couple of days since I've played Legacy. The school year is starting up and things are getting busy. But enough of me. Maybe we'll banter about me a little bit in the rounds. Anyway, if you're new here, please consider subscribing for Legacy, Modern, and Vintage content 5 days a week. If you're a regular, throw me a like. It's the easiest way to support my content. And if you want to go and, check out this deck list or see all my other information about, say, getting one of your own decks on the channel, that information is available in the video description. Let's battle. Wow, looks like we have a fan in the chat. Are you on camera? You are. Good luck. Okay, my opening hand here has mana issues on 2 different fronts. Number 1, I can't cast blue-black cards. Number 2, I can't cast these Thought Monitors. I don't have enough artifacts. So let's send this back. Ooh, this is not a good hand either. I have to Preordain into a second land. I'll hit a fair portion of the time. I have a Force of Will for something unfair. Is this better than the average 5? A 5-card hand that has like a Soul Land and an Urza Saga is probably better than this. I think I'm gonna go harder here. Yeah, this is better. I'm gonna have to think about the mana a little bit. This swamp is going back, and think I'm going to go ahead and pitch the Preordain, assuming that the Hydroblast does something that's reasonable against whatever my opponent is doing. Let's fire off the Painter's Servant. I've got to go red here because we have these Hydroblasts. I also need to adjust my volume because I don't want to blow out my eardrums. Oh, okay. That's a combo land traditionally. Yeah, that sure looks like. Ooh, I was gonna say Reanimator, but we might be looking at Madness. Are there lizards? Oh shit, there's lizards. Okay. How bad is this? Oh, actually, this is scary. It's only scary because of the anger that's in the graveyard specifically, because my opponent gets to refuel here. All right, so this lizard has been pumped, so my block is not safe. I am taking 6 here, which is very scary since I already have this Ancient Tomb in play, which is going to cost me a bunch of life. Opponent's start was obviously quite good. Okay. Jeez, I'm taking so much damage. So I am 100% going to be fetching an Underground Sea with Polluted Delta. And so the next question is, like, does playing this Painter save or lose me life over time? I think the answer is save. I can trade this with a Root Wallet if I need to. I am going to Hydroblast this Anji's Ravager like 99% of the time. But I can do it in the beginning of combat. Anger is just terrifying here, though. Ah, shit. Alright. We're gonna kill the Ravager here. Alright. Destroy target permanent if it's red. That is very much red, like Painter Servant aside. And now, here's where my opponent Burning Inquiries me into Grindstone. It would have been sweet if it happens. We went over the Grindstone, unfortunately. Alright. There's 2 lizards. They're not doing a lot right now. They can trade with these painters. Alright. I do not believe that I have any reason to play these out right now. If my opponent Burning Inquiries again, I would like to have these in hand. I think. There's a Baleful Strix-based argument for why I should play out Mox Opal. But I think it's better to just wait. Okay. That's presumably my opponent's draw for turn. And I think I need to block one of these. I think I have to just keep the other painter around. Otherwise, I'm just on like very few draws, live draws to actually win the game. Yeah, that's fine. If that's all that happens here, I'm in such good shape. My opponent might have like some green cards that are locked in their hand. Yet I don't want this Mox Opal. All right, I'm never blocking with this. I'm going to take my 1 point of damage here. Because if my opponent plays another creature, I think I am just like going to be stone cold dead to it. Like if my opponent can put 3 more power in play, I just accept that I'm dead. All right, blew it away. And this anger super screwed me. Yeah, I think if I were to trade Blazing Ruala for this painter, I just have no ability to actually win the game. Ooh, my opponent is on the Kitchen Imp version. This is actually not so bad for me, because that means that mana isn't going towards pumping the Root Walla. Alright, I need the Grindstone this turn. I am at 3, I can still activate Ancient Tomb. Shit. Okay, this flies. Alright. So this is going to be an Opal. I don't have Metalcraft yet, so play Lotus Petal. Now, I can play this Painter. We'll go ahead and make everything blue now. No, Force of Will is not going to be relevant this game. Oh, maybe that's not true. Yeah, we'll make it all blue this time. Guess I'll hold back the Painter this time. Yeah, I get 1 turn. The good news is that my opponent is going to have minimal interaction for me. I might have the faster Goldfish a good portion of the time. Ah, shit. Shit. Future Damp flies if my opponent discards a card. Please let me go to blocks. Please let me go to blocks. Please let me go to blocks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for not discarding a card. Yeah, only has flying if my opponent discards. All right, so I will go to 1 here. Yep, That's fine. Come on. Yes. Okay. Okay. Grindstone. Everything is blue. Mox Opal. Keep this one. Grindstone. Target you. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That felt good. That felt real good. Now my opponent had the win, right? They had 3 cards in hand, so like all they had to do was discard 1 more card. Okay, is there anything spicy here? Blue Lion's Eye Diamonds, those are spicy. There's an Ox. Is it really like 1 Kitchen Imp? That's super interesting on the numbers. Okay, cool. Okay, I need to board some amount of interaction for my opponent, and then the question is just like what kind and how much. I would like to goldfish my opponent as much as possible. Like, my ideal is like turn 1 Saga, turn 2 Painter, turn 3 Dead, because my opponent will maybe board about 3 cards that interact with me. Maybe like 2 Ancient Grudges, 1 Meltdown, or equivalent. So, getting my opponent dead seems good. I think I'm like gonna board out Thought Monitors. I just don't think I need that effect. I want Grafdigger's Cage for sure, and then like Leyline Push, Plague Engineer are all things that are reasonable. Plague Engineer can trade with a Hollow One, take out some Lizards. Fatal Push is okay, but again, the black mana is a little dubious. I think I'm gonna go Thought Monitor out. I think I'm gonna go Pithing Needle out. Grafdigger's Cage is essentially replacing that one. Some amount of this Tezzeret and Force of Will stuff is gonna come out. The Tezzeret can make 5/5s, which is super relevant because 5/5 is bigger than 4/4 Hollow Ones. But it's slow. I think Tezzeret is usurped by Plague Engineer. And now the next question is, like, which is better? A Fatal Push, which often can't get Revolt, or a Force of Will? If I go down both Thought Monitors and Tezzerets, the Forces actually don't have that many targets. Let's play Fatal Push. And I can also use, like, Lotus Petal to Revolt it, and then keep either 1 Force of Will or 1 Tezzeret. Keep 1 Tezzeret. Okay. This hand doesn't have a Painter. It has turn 1 Grindstone or Hydroblast, plus turn 1 Leyline of the Void. I'm missing 2 colored mana for Baleful Strix. I'm missing 4 mana for Tezzeret. This hand is probably good enough, though. Any land, and I think this hand becomes quite good. I think I might mulligan this one if I was down a game, but being up a game, I feel like I'm willing to take the risk of, like, maybe not drawing that next land. No turn 1 play seems to me to be an indicator of maybe like a turn 2 Hollow One base play. I'll probably end up Hydroblasting this turn. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go Delta Pass and hold up Hydroblast rather than play out the Grindstone. Probably going to get a Grindstone into play for free anyway. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll counter this specifically to stop a Hollow One here. Not because I care about the Faithless Looting itself due to Leyline. You know, play to beat the things that are going to beat you. Counter target spell if it is red. Good stuff. Oh yeah. Oh, I love seeing another one of those. Alright, so this is an Urza Saga turn. We'll go ahead and tap that, play a Grindstone. I will play out the Mox Opal. This is not on yet, though, so I can't cast Baleful Strix. Not that I necessarily would want to anyway. And now I've got a Hydroblast up yet again. This is quickly reaching the part of the game where I have, like, stabilized. This is very good news for me. Your Blazing Root Walla is fine. I can Hydroblast that end of turn if I really want. Yeah, that is also fine. Nice. So this is effectively a chump blocker. I think my mana's going to be tied up. I'm just going to go ahead and blast this. This isn't a great use of a card, but it's good enough. Okay. Oh, this Mox Opal isn't on yet. I'm not gonna construct this turn, huh? Awkward. Not a problem, just slightly awkward. I can get one next turn. Alright. So I will Retrofitter Foundry to fix my mana. Now my Mox Opal is on, which means that I can cast Baleful Strix. And hitting a land drop here would be pretty cool. Hey, we did it. Delta Pass. Next turn, I'll get a very large Urza's Construct token, and I can start like working with Retrofitter Foundry to just make it absolutely huge. Yep, you've got your Taiga. You have like a Ravager? Okay. I mean, that's good. My Construct would have gotten swept up in that anyway. My Baleful Strix. My beautiful Baleful Strix. Okay, yep, you've got an LED. And I'll take one here going to 18. Not that big of a deal. So, my construct is small-ish. But it's still a construct. Alright, I will make it. And then I get to search something up. New Grindstone? New Grindstone's fine, new Opal's fine. I'm going to pick up a new Grindstone. And we'll just call it a turn here. My opponent's hand didn't end up having a lot of oomph. So now I'm just gonna look for like a land and a painter and call it good. I don't get to block here. This is a 3/3 in disguise, as you can see. I am down to 14. All right, good stuff. Relic means that this is now a 3/3 or larger. Do the preordained stuff. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'll keep both of these. Top that. Top that. New Urza Saga. Tap it for a relic, which I think I'm just leaving in play, honestly. Yeah, I think I just want the artifact count. I don't think I'm blocking. I'm going to attack here. There is a really weird thing that can happen if my opponent has a Basking Ruwala. They could, like, crack Madness it in, and then pump it. Okay, yeah, you can pump your lizard all you want, friend. Sounds oddly sexual. Okay, new LED is fine. Ooh, hardcast a Vengevine. That's very, very, very rare. It's kind of hard to get double green. I kind of wish I would have left the construct back to trade with that. It's not that big of a deal. I'm going to take 7 damage here and go down to half of my current life total because my opponent will sack an LED to grow this. This is all fine though. Pair of 4/4 is what I want, or do I just want to like take a 5/5? Probably want the pair of 4/4s, and I can just like use the Tezzeret later to create another additional body. I think at this point I'm trying to prolong this game. I'm just gonna leave this construct back and be able to block with 2 different 4/4s here. Yeah, I'm good with that. I don't want to make it early due to Meltdown. My opponent probably doesn't have a second, but I have played 2 before, so a Meltdown ultimately would probably beat me. Or an Ancient Grudge. Ooh, the flyer here is a little rough. Alright, the Vengevine is coming in. Oh, the Vengevine is not coming in. Okay, I will take the 2 damage. I don't have any say in that. And now I'll make another one of these. Okay, now, how do I want to play this turn? It's mostly a question of, like, do I want to tap the Ancient Tomb? Because I can tap the Ancient Tomb, make my construct that way, go to 3 life, and then play Baleful Strix and be able to get rid of Kitchen Imp. That leaves me with really good defensive properties, but I'm at a little bit lower life than I would like, because I can't really, like, super use the Ancient Tomb after that. I think that's fine, though. Famous last words. Alright, so there's my construct. I'll pick up a Mox Opal here. Go blue, black, play out the Strix. Play out a Lotus Petal. Alright, now am I good to attack in with 1/8/8 Construct? What if my opponent draws a Vengevine? My opponent draws a Vengevine. I go block, block, take 3. I'm not actually good if they draw Vengevine. It might be... Maybe that's... Not sure if I'm being too cautious to like play around another Vengevine. There's 3 of them in 47 cards. The thing that beats me that I can play around. But I also do need to hit my opponent with constructs twice. I think I'm going to go ahead and swing. Just with one. Also doesn't play around Ancient Grudge. I don't love it. I think it just gives me better prospects at winning the game on the following turn. I'm not sure if I'm going to win the long game. My opponent has a couple of top decks that are just terrifying. Like Meltdowns and Ancient Grudges, for example. Okay, that's no attacks. That's so good for me. Okay, do I want to crack this relic? I don't think I want to crack this relic. Okay, so my opponent is dead to this. I can go to 1, and then play Painter, activate Grindstone. Yeah, so I think I make my attack in with my 3 creatures, make my opponent do all their blocks and stuff, and then try to kill them with the combo. Alright. What you got? Okay. Their board is the answer. I got their whole board. Alright. I will play a Painter Servant. I will name Red. We'll go to your turn. Your upkeep. I'll activate a Grindstone and target you. Paying 1, 2, 3. And let's see if they're dead. They have cracked their LED in response, which I really respect. GG's. This deck is putting on a good first show. Okay, round 2 opening hand only has 1 land. We're gonna go ahead and mulligan this one, try to find something a little more stable. Okay. How bad is this? Beat Relic. I guess Petal on turn 1. That's 3 artifacts. So like a turn 3 Thought Monitor. Oh wait, I'll have 4 mana on turn 2. I will have reduced. No, this is a turn 2 Thought Monitor that costs me the Lotus Petal. This is a couple of redraws between Relic and Thought Monitor. This is probably better than mulliganing again. My opponent is going to 5. While my opponent is mulliganing, I just want to take this moment to say, if you really enjoy my content, please consider doing a YouTube membership or a donation deck list or something else to support my channel. It means a lot, and I am keeping busy right now. The school year is in full swing now, so no more glorious like 7 days a week content creation. We're getting whatever this card is immediately. Get out of that graveyard. All right. So we are playing against a Dark Depths deck of some kind. All right. I think I just go ahead and do the Thought Monitor thing here. Hope to get myself out of the current situation with divination. Not exactly what I'm looking for. We were really looking for like an Urza's Saga Caliber card or like a piece of our combo. I don't know that just making a couple of 5/5s with Tezzeret is going to be fast enough. Baleful Strix isn't really a bad draw. In that like it can block a Merit Lodge for a turn, maybe? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. I think I am currently at a disadvantage. Okay. You can take your Dryad Arbor. Oh, this is no Elvish Reclaimer activation this turn. Retrofitter Foundry, interesting. Okay, so Baleful Strix versus Tezzeret. Is this just like a Tezzeret plus and try to assemble my combo before my opponent assembles theirs? A little sketch with double Elvish Reclaimer in play. But it's probably better than trying to put up blockers. I mean, we're gonna call this deck Tezzerator. I better cast the fucking Tezzeret, right? It's the law. Alright. Plus, let's go fishing for combo pieces. I'm going to fish for combo pieces. Like let's try to find the win. Yeah, Thought Monitor can just chill. I do theoretically have 5 mana next turn. Okay. Knight of the Reliquary is going to remain a 2/2 in most cases. Bad news is like Knight of the Reliquary is a wasteland machine. That is just a thing that it does. Alright. Am I making a 5/5 this turn? There is now a reasonably threatening thing on the ground. But again, I think I win this game by comboing off, not by stalling. Because, like, my opponent has 3 different things in play that can all tutor. I think I'm going to stay the course and look for a painter. Fuck. Okay. Then I guess I will Strix before doing anything else. That gives me a redraw. Let's take another redraw here. I think this redraw is pretty important. And in case I hit like an Urza's Saga or something, I guess I do this with the Ancient Tomb. Okay. Okay. Alright, so let's loop a Grindstone into play. Loop a Retrofitter Foundry into play. Call it a turn. No attacks. Again, just looking for the ability to combo. Alright. It is probably Merit Lodge time. Oh, nope. Not immediately, at least. There's value to be had. Okay. Savannah plus combo piece. Nope. Huh. I mean, I was really expecting pieces of Merit Lodge to come out to play there. Maybe I'm more scared than I should be. I mean, continue operation, find pieces of painter. Yeah, let's take another Strix, I guess. We'll cast that immediately. Okay. What did I do to deserve this? So it's 6 mana to make a Thopter from nothing, so not gonna be doing that this turn. I guess I'll just play another artifact land and call it a turn. And we'll hang back, protect this Tezzeret. Opponent is doing a good job ramping. Okay, there's another Thespian stage. So the Merit Lodge is imminent now. Like it's just here. Opponent can grab Dark Depths and like quote unquote do the thing. And it looks like they're going for it immediately. That's fine. By fine, I mean terrifying. All right. So like I get a lot of looks at a Painter Servant here. I get the draw step plus Tezzeret. Also, can I just kill my opponent via like a Death Laser? So if I play a seat, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can just Death Laser my opponent, right? Twice the number of artifacts. Count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This can be 11. Yeah. Dope. I can even just like make an extra with Retrofitter Foundry real quick. There's an extra. And yeah. Laser you. Oh my god. In the year of our Keranos 2021, I just Tezzeret ultimated someone for the win. It feels good. I wonder if my opponent just like straight up played this one wrong and like not being more aggressive and going towards the Merit Lodge. Like they gave me a lot of looks at a painter to kill, and you know, they also just like didn't pressure my Tezzeret at all. Like they didn't make me trade off bodies or anything. I wonder if I should have won that game. I'm not sure if I want to sideboard much. I feel like this is a race, and I'm trying to win the race in one of the 2 games. So the question is, do I want any of this stuff? I think this is the stuff that's reasonable. Thought Monitor is a little slow, but is a flyer. Thoughtseize doesn't interact with the tutors that are already in play. Fatal Push is very good against the Reclaimer, and a little hard to actually kill a Knight with it. I think at the very least I want the Fatal Pushes. I'm not sure about the Thoughtseizes. They're okay. I love my Urza Saga package. Those cards are dope. Honestly, I'm a little bit unsure how I'm supposed to sideboard. It looks like I'm pretty well prepared. Force is okay. Preordain is okay. Thought Monitor is okay. Not sure how I'm supposed to make room for these Fatal Pushes. I don't want to cut fast mana. Blasts can be so good if I have a Painter Servant in play. Because they can blow up lands too. I think this is a trim situation. Actually, my Tezzerets are probably not going to do that thing that they just did again, right? Like, my opponent learned that lesson. Like, don't let the fucking Tezzeret sit on board for 4 turns. Yeah, let's cut the Tezzerets at the very least on the draw. Like, maybe I can consider bringing them back in on the play. Like, on the play, maybe I can, like, not Fatal Push. Ooh. Am I the beatdown? Do I just straight up, like, keep this? Urza Saga plus 3 artifacts on turn 1. And make a construct on turn 2 with Ancient Tomb. Play a second Urza Saga immediately. Or no. Yeah, it would be like Urza Saga, Ancient Tomb, Construct, Urza Saga. Yeah, can I win being the beatdown like this? Like, let's find out. Urza Saga is a hell of a fucking drug. Alright. There's your Dryad Arbor. Wait a turn. Sinkhole? Is Sinkhole good? What is this league? I'm asking if Sinkhole for 1 mana is good. I actually don't know if I'm supposed to play this Fatal Push because it sets me back a turn on being the beatdown. Wow, that's super fucking weird. Okay, I'm going to play the Urza Saga. And then I'll just, like, not play like a fucking buffoon. I'll just play out my artifact mana and then use the Mox Opal to do it. Rather than, like, anything else. Just gets a little awkward if my opponent has, like, a Force of Vigor specifically. Because then I lose, like, Urza Saga plus a piece of mana. And my life's pretty bad. Okay. So I got my opponent stuck on mana. Is this an Underground Sea turn? Underground Sea, activate Urza Saga. Activate Urza Saga. Next turn, play new Urza Saga. Yeah, this should be fine. And I can, like, Pithing Needle, Thespian Stage or something. With what I get off Urza Saga. Okay, that is straight up just a concession. I did not expect 1 Fatal Push to just dismantle my opponent's hand like that. We're 2-0. All right, we have been paired against Bryant Cook. You're being recorded. He has called me a nerf. Let the record show. He called me a nerf. Oh, typos, Bryant. Typos. Ooh. You're in the way of my 5-0 move. I'm 2-0 with crazy crap. All right, let's mulligan this hand. It doesn't do shit. This hand is a little sketch. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep this. It's got Urza Saga, Ancient Tomb. That's a hell of a lot of pressure. Let's keep it and throw back the Baleful Strix. That probably sucks against whatever Bryant is doing. You know, he is probably playing the Epic Storm, but he does some donation deck lists and stuff from time to time as well, so I can't fully rely on that. Alright, a Gemstone Mine into Brainstorm. Oh, I saw on Twitter Bryant was going to record with, like, a 2010 version of his deck. Maybe that's what I'm being paired against. I might be being paired against, like, 2010 TES. Okay. Alright, we'll just try to murder him with Urza Saga and see how it goes. Yeah, if I'm right and that's what he's doing. He's playing, like, some crazy diminishing returns shit. Alright, a Lion's Eye Diamond. Don't actually know super well how this version finishes. Okay, Burning Wish. Alright. Ill-Gotten Gains. Player discards their hand, then returns up to 3. Okay, sure. I think I just let that happen. I don't think I, like, try to get cute and grindstone myself here or anything. So it'll be LED Infernal Tutor. Or, what is presumably lethal. Okay, 1. A 2. And this should be Tendrils. Well, I mean, I think that's in the deck. I mean, I very much assume. Oh, okay, he's got a Burning Wish for it. Maybe I should have Grindstoned him there to try to hit the tutor targets. Alright. What the fuck does this deck list look like? Because I have legitimately no idea. Because 2010 would have been before I was playing any sort of serious Legacy. Alright. Oh, this actually doesn't look all that different. The mana's worse. Alright, so there's Orm's Chance, and Silences in the main. Diminishing Return. Got an Iggy. Frozen Grip. Ooh. Okay. Alright. I don't need to be as scared as I thought I was. As I thought I should be. Okay, how do I feel about the Graveyard Hate? Okay versus Ill-Gotten Gains. I don't know that that's actually worth slots, though. I want Thoughtseize. I think that's probably all I'm doing. So the Pithing Needle is not great here. There's no, like, Wishclaw Talismans or anything, so Pithing Needle doesn't need to be here. I'll keep the Relic as a card draw / baby insurance versus Ill-Gotten Gains. I don't really want Baleful Strix. Baleful Strix is a blue card for Force of Will. That's about it. I could Plague Engineer for Empty the Warrens. Not the worst. It's not great either. I'll probably play it. I think it's probably better than, like, a Thought Monitor or a Tezzeret. I don't get to trim both of those, though. Like, I've got my blue count to think about. Maybe I like Junk Retrofitter Foundry and, like, Baleful Strix and one Thought Monitor? Question mark, question mark? Try something like that. Okay, so this is one counter spell. Turn 1 Urza Saga, turn 2 Constructs again. So this is kind of like the last hand, but I have a counter spell. Kind of whatever. I'm not actually super hyped about this, but this is probably good enough to be a keep anyway. 2010 TES gave it to you, just like DMX. Alright. Alright, we do the Urza Saga thing and pass. Alright. Alright, I lose this Force of Will, so my safety net is gone. Okay, a Hydroblast. I think I'm supposed to just play the Ancient Tomb and pass and just, like, accept that if Bryant can kill me this turn, he can kill me this turn. But I think I need to put these constructs into play and hope he needs a turn to, like, Sculptor set up. Yeah, this is what I need. And then starting next turn, I can have the Hydroblast available. All right, here we go. Construct. Okay. Preordain's not exactly a good draw, but it's fine. Reducing the amount of damage that I actually need to do in order to die here. Okay. I now have Metalcraft, which is cool. All right, do I want a Grindstone or do I want a Relic? I'm probably winning this game via damage. I'll grab a Relic. Play a land. Do this thing where I poke the graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts. This still costs too much mana. I'll preordain. I do not want Underground Sea. I also don't think I want this Grindstone. I think I just want, like, counter magic or other interaction. Let's bottom that as well. Oh, Thoughtseize is sick. Let's crash in for 4. Get in there, buddy. And then I'll Thoughtseize. What are we looking at? Okay. Does Bryant have a win condition in the main deck? Yeah, there's an empty in there. And there's a Tendrils in there. I don't know lines with 2010 TES well enough to know what I should take for sure. Oh, alright. Just take the LED? So my opponent has both rituals. They have 5 mana plus LED. Okay. I think I just take the LED. I don't want to take the time to figure out, like, if... I don't want to use the mental brain power here to go through, like, 2010 TES lines that I'm never going to calculate again. But I'm guessing this is okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts. So this costs 3 mana. I think that will be worth using some life for. I want to leave up Hydroblast, because I know my opponent has, like, Burning Wish, Pyroblast, Rite of Flame, that sort of stuff. I think that means tapping these pre-combat. And I can hit some artifacts here. And potentially get into lethal range. Nice. Alright, so land. Lotus Petal. This 12. Grindstone. That's 14 damage. I am just short of actually having lethal. Get him. So let's remove a card from graveyard now. Alright. So I know my opponent has a Pyroblast. I have a Hydroblast. I also have Relic for if my opponent goes for some ill-gotten gain stuff. So assuming that this has to cast Rite of Flame, I probably take my opponent off of red mana for the turn if I junk this spell. And this will also keep them from casting the Pyroblast. So I'm going to go ahead and take that opportunity to junk that card. Yep. Okay, do I want Ley Lines on the draw? No? I don't really. Just want like a Thoughtseize or a Force of Will when I'm on the draw, or the ability to just natural combo. I don't love that I'm playing these Plague Engineers that don't pitch to Force of Wills. Okay. Turn 1 Grindstone, turn 2 Painter, turn 3 any mana source is lethal. I also have a Preordain to potentially smooth things out if some things go wrong. Yeah, this is fine. Can still get turn 1'd. That's the scary world. So I can hold up Hydroblast on 1, or I can Preordain on 1. Oh, nice. Okay. So, Beat, Opal, Edel. Could just, like, play Painter and straight up Hydroblast my opponent's land. I think I'm gonna do it. Everything's red. Think all you. See if that ends up just winning the game on the spot. This is a hand that probably wins on my turn 3. Yep. Brainstorm is scary. That could mean that he is relatively close to winning. And he's like trying to set up this turn. A Soul Land wins me the game on the spot. Ooh. That's not a Soul Land, but it is good. So let's Preordain. Try to find a piece of interaction. That's not interaction. I'll bottom both of those. Doesn't really count. What do I want to do? Do I want to hold up Relic or play out the Grindstone? Probably need to hold up the Relic. I'll bash for 1, then I'll hope to redraw into a land. And then this gives me some insulation from ill-gotten gains based lines. Alright. Ponder's good. That was no shuffle, though. That's spooky. Alright, I have gotten Duressed. I don't care about that. I have 2 Grindstones. I will crack this end step for the chance at winning the game on my turn. Yep, there we go. That should do it. Alright. Play Urza Saga for my 4th mana. Yep. GG's. And Bryant, knowing that I have the Grindstone in hand, concedes. That was a really good show for a 2010 version of the deck. Let's just throw that back on screen real quick. So, like, the evolution of the deck is very clear here, right? Like, we're not in white anymore for these sorts of effects, and some of this other stuff has gotten phased out because powerful tutors like Wishclaw Talisman have been printed. But the core of this deck is still very much the same and is still quite good. All right, round 4, we're 3-0. I have a slightly weird but reasonable opening hand that I think I'm going to keep. I have Force of Will for the first scary thing that my opponent does. The Pithing Needle in the opening hand is a little bit weird. Alright, so that was just my opponent playing around a, like, Stifle effect. I think this is going to be a Pithing Needle on Wasteland after playing this Urza Saga. Just protect my investment here. If I'm right, you know, this is potentially game-winning, and if I'm wrong, it probably doesn't matter too much. Gotta consider playing out the Mox Opal. There's not particularly a reason to right now. You know, not expecting a Chalice on 0 from my opponent or anything like that. Okay. So no immediate fetch, it looks like. Okay. So now I'll go ahead and play this Mox Opal. I can turn it on. Will be a 3/3 creature. I'll have 1, 2, 3 artifacts. Thought Monitor is not castable yet, so no need to main phase it. Like, open it up to, say, Chain Lightning on my opponent's turn. Oh, okay. They like their cards. No play. Make an idiot. See if it gets lightning bolted. Does not get lightning bolted. Make a new idiot. They are out of lightning bolt range. What am I doing with my life? Like what am I expecting my opponent to be on? This would be like the world's weirdest fucking Delver start. Like if this is a control deck, I want Relic or Retrofit or Foundry. If this is a combo deck, I might want Grindstone to just increase the chances that I can actually close out the game immediately. Not really working with enough information. I'd rather not show the Grindstone in game 1 if I don't have to. Let's just grab a Relic. It's, potentially quite good. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts. Thought Monitor costs 2 currently. I can cast it. Play it around a daze. Don't know that I care. What do I want to put in off a show and tell? I want to put in a Baleful Strix, I guess. Yeah, fuck it. Let's cast the Thought Monitor around daze. Potentially just like allows me to play like a Grindstone or something and get in for 1 more point of damage as well this turn. How does he do it? Alright, I guess we're showing the Grindstone. I don't think I'm going to play out this other Mox Opal just for quote-unquote no reason this turn. Oh, now we force the will? Oh, pitching Daze Undoing. Okay, we might be looking at some sort of blue artifact deck. Alright. I think I want to force a will around Daze now, actually. Take my 6. My opponent is facing down theoretical lethal next turn, and I don't think I'm going to get confirmation for what matchup this is. Oh. It is just miracles. My opponent blew a Force of Will on the Grindstone. So hopefully they don't have a second one. They also could have a actual factual counter spell. See if this works. Probably win if it does. Shit. Immediate redraw for a Force, I think. Correct. Did not hit. Fuck, alright. Probably just lost that one to that Terminus. That is rough. Also, the fact that my opponent, like, randomly countered the Grindstone is, like, well, not randomly, I guess, from their perspective, is rough, since I just had that exact draw. Alright. So everything is red, since I am playing blue Elemental Blasts. That lets me use this for some mana. I want to take a card out of my deck. I probably want to shuffle that Thought Monitor back in there. That's a pretty good draw at this point. Alright, so let's go blue, black. Unfortunate. So that could have blown up this Plains before my opponent could have Prismatic Endinged my Painter. Oh, you're just gonna, like, straight up ram out a Mentor? Okay. I guess we start here. Just see if we kill my opponent. Bottom that. Top this. Play a land. Play a Grindstone. Have Hydroblast to back it up. Yep, okay, good stuff. Alright, I don't imagine that I have too much for this matchup. I imagine the game 1 setup is probably pretty good here. Pithing Needle can stop Planeswalkers. Relic has some text if my opponent is a Bant build. I didn't get to see too many of their cards, so I don't know for sure. So like Fatal Push and Plague Engineer have text versus Mentor. Daze Undoing is a little weird. I don't know if I want to sideboard a single card. Thoughtseize isn't crazy. Engineer isn't crazy. My Hydroblasts are worse than Red Elemental Blasts would be. Whatever. They still pitch to Force a Will. They're still good when a Painter is in play. Which means they would allow me to protect my combo. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to sideboard a single card. I could see swapping the Hydroblasts out for Thoughtseizes, though. Just, like, try and punch the hole and combo off. The Hydroblasts are only good if I have Painters. They are very good in that case, but Thoughtseize might just be more flexible here. I think I'm going to make that change on the draw and then reconsider my options on the play. This is a natural turn 3 combo hand. I can just go Urza Saga, Opal on 1, Painter on 2, combo on 3. In practice, it probably doesn't actually work out that way, but, like, I can attempt. I can also just play Retrofitter Foundry on 1. Yeah, I think I keep this hand. Alright. Fetch away. Yep, sure. My deck feels pretty good. I was a little worried about, like, my black sources, but, like, I have just felt like I have been pretty consistently doing something powerful. And we're just going to go ahead and ram these cards out here immediately for, like, counterbalance type reasons. Okay, I mean, love to see that when I have the, like, the painter combo at the ready. Okay, looks like my opponent's just going to make a land drop, and that's that. Alright, what's the land drop this turn? Is it the seat for Metalcraft reasons? Probably. I'll do this. Everything is still going to be red. I control 3 artifacts, can't cast Thought Monitor. I'll pass the turn. And I expect to get Swords to Plowshared here, but that's okay. Oh, I did not. Nice. Could still be Prismatic Ending instead. You know, could be a Teferi bounce. Like, there's things that muck with me. Ooh, a mountain. Am I about to get Blood Moon? No, a Narset. Okay. I believe my opponent is dead now. I just get to look for Grindstone and activate it. Okay. I'll just float my mana here. I still have 1, 2, 3 artifacts. Yeah, I'm good on that front. Grindstone. Make my land drop. I'll cast a Lotus Petal in case that becomes relevant. I don't think it is. Go ahead and attempt to mill my opponent out. All right. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts. Thought Monitor costs 2 mana. I guess we'll do it. I know about my opponent's back to basics, so I guess I'll do this. And then this gives me a chance to get a Force of Will. Did you 5-0? 4-0 now. Open to do it next round. Yeah, this would be one I would like to get published. And we have gotten the concession. We are 4-0, and we are going for the trophy with the Tezzerator Painter. 2021. Feels good. All right, so it's trophy time. Do I want to keep this hand? I don't have black mana for Tezzeret. Relic is a redraw. The Painter does not have a Grindstone or an Urza Saga to fuel it right now. I think this one's a mulligan. It would be reasonable to keep it, but I think I can do better. Yeah, this hand is way fucking better. I'm going to keep it. What is not necessary? Probably the Hydroblast. It's just the card that is most likely to be bad in a vacuum. Let's lean into the old artifact plan here, and in case my opponent is a Chalice on 0 deck, I'm going to go ahead and play that out. I don't think I want to preordain right now. Like, I don't have information for, like, what I am looking for. And I currently only have 1 blue source, so this Lotus Petal may need to cast a Thought Monitor. Fuck me, later. Okay, so we are probably playing against, like, actual factual lands. In which case, this Urza Saga hand is quite bad. My opponent ends up getting, like, a life from the loam. I am in some serious shit. Is it preordained time? Now I know I'm looking to combo. Yeah. Thought Monitor got a lot worse. Shit. I don't want that one. Oh, okay. That's somewhat legit. Alright, let's loop that into play. Everything's red. We're not quite to Thought Monitor territory yet, but with a Soul Land and a couple of artifacts in play, I'm not too terribly far off. I could just get Wastelanded again here, though. Yep. I respect it. Alright. Are we preordaining? Yeah. This feels bad. No. I keep putting these Thought Monitors on the bottom. I don't fucking want them. Get in there, buddy. I've got some issues currently. Even if I top deck a grindstone, I can't actually, like, combo off currently. Yeah. My opponent's at a huge advantage here. Well, I mean, you know what I'm gonna do. I gotta cast that. This Mox Opal is now a mana source, but I thought Monitor still costs a bajillion D mana. My Swamp is gonna get ported, and then I'm not gonna be able to Grindstone combo off next turn, even if I draw a land. That's the bad news. The good news is, like, my win conditions are in play. I just need time. It will be hard for my opponent to remove a Painter Servant. If they're on Grove, that's an indicator that I'm probably looking at Punishing Fire as their removal suite in the main deck. And it would take a double Punishing Fire to kill a Painter Servant. I am afraid of just getting ported and never drawing another land. Or I am afraid of my opponent making a Merit Lodge in about the next 2-ish turns. Okay, my opponent did not hit any land drops for, like, Valakut exploration-based purposes. That is great for me. Yep, as expected. Okay, I mean, this represents a kill next turn. Just as a reminder, it is 3 to activate Grindstone. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3 artifacts. That means that this costs 5. Alright, yep. Sorry, it costs 4. I'm just not there yet. Okay, that's a crop rotation. That can find a wasteland and kill this underground sea. Yep. What is that? Oh shit, it's a mana bond. I haven't seen that in a while. Alright, I'm gonna F6. I think it's pretty clear that I don't have a blast right now. I write Spellbomb. I write Spellbomb plus a Punishing Fire could kill my thingy. Alright. Take 1. Opponent did not port me in this turn cycle. Finishing the thought. So if I drew a land, they would have died there for making that decision. That seems exceptionally greedy to me. They're not punished for it, but it seems very greedy. They're down to 16. I now have a Force of Will for the next crop rotation type card. I'll get ported down again. That's fine. Okay. So I'm just going to hold this in hand. Unless it lets me Thought Monitor. No. I'll just hold that in hand, and maybe they make the mistake of not porting me again, like thinking that I'm continuously missing land drops. I think they should just port me forever, but, not a Glacial Chasm, sure. That's fine. Okay. 2 damage to that. Okay. I think you are supposed to cast the spell first, because now I just get to counter this, and, like, I took out 2 of your cards when you could have just Punishing Fired this. Let that, like, I have to counter it, and then you can keep your Spell Bomb around for later. So that's actually a pretty big misplay. It's actually going to cost my opponent the game, because I'll play Lotus Petal and then kill them because they tapped this land. That's a Caracas. Another Caracas. Sure. I think my opponent cost themselves this game multiple different times. Alright. So I'll mill them out. I think they're going to let me... Yeah, they're going to let me take a screenshot of their whole deck as well. Which I will absolutely do when playing for a 5-0. Alright. Hit them. Alright. So what sort of things are interesting here? Crop rotation. Like, are there Urza Sagas? No, there's not Urza Saga. Oh, no. There is 1 Urza Saga. Maze of Death I don't care about. Field of the Dead I care about. There are Life from the Loams, Valakut Explorations. Okay, cool. Probably will not sideboard much of anything here. I guess I'll play Leyline. Yeah, I guess I'll play Leyline. Not, like, particularly potent, but it's probably good enough. The Needle's fine, the Relic's fine, the Retrofitter Foundry's fine. I'm good with all that stuff. Hydroblast destroys a Valakut Exploration or counters a red removal spell, even when I don't have Painter. Force of Will? Force of Will, Baleful Strix are both kind of medium minus. Like, Baleful Strix is bad against Punishing Fire. It can block a Merit Lodge, but I don't know that Baleful Strix actually matters all that much. Whereas, like, Force of Will stopping a Valakut Exploration from getting in play kind of big game. Also, like, stop a sphere effect on the draw if that's something that my opponent wants to do. Yeah, I think I'll junk Baleful Strix. It's gonna be a little hard to cast. Like, blue-black against a Wasteland deck might be a bit much. This has to be a mulligan. I just don't have any persistent mana sources. Uh, this this is not great. I think I'm going to keep this though. I think this is better than an average 5. So now the question is like, do I want to, like, do I want my colors non-wastelandable, or do I want the greatest number of possible artifacts for Urza Sagas that are like out of range of Punishing Fire and such faster? I think the answer is I want to beat down with Saga as fast as possible. And like the ley line means that most of the time, like a Wasteland would be trading 1-for-1 with what my opponent is doing. Why did Misty Rainforest just go to exile? Oh, I see. Discard for Mox Diamond. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Okay. The Urza Saga. And now my spells cost 1 more to cast. I can still cast this Mox Opal though. Can't cast the Grindstone this turn. Okay. Sure. Traded 1-for-1 there in a way that I don't love. What is this gonna be? Yeah. Okay. If I play this, I'm not on Metalcraft now. Can't cast either one of these, so I'll just pass the turn. I think I'm supposed to play the artifact over the non-wastelandable polluted delta. There's a punish. But it doesn't actually matter, because like once the Mox Opal is turned on by me playing this land, like I can play another spell anyway. So let's go Seat and cast the Preordain. I'll bottom both of those. We're looking for a Haymaker, and I just found it. I probably don't get to play it next turn. Like the combination of Sphere plus Rishadan Port is going to slow me to a crawl. Yeah, if I get ported. Oh, Painter Servant is a great draw. Just play that out this turn and hold the Ancient Tomb in my hand. I'm good with that. Alright, everything is red. Cost me 5 mana to kill my opponent, and I have 5 mana available through Rishadan Port next turn. 2 to cast the Grindstone, 3 to activate it. My opponent started paying costs and then thought better of it. That's fine. Don't need that. Ancient Tomb. Cast Grindstone. I think I just mill my opponent out now. There's Force of Vigor specifically to think about, but my opponent hit those buttons pretty quickly. I don't think they have anything. Yeah, I don't think they have anything, so I'm just going to do this now while they don't have more mana. Oh, baby. I am so happy to get this fucking list published. This is dope. That is the trophy. That feels good. I am happy about that one. Overall thoughts on the list? Honestly, good. And I'm not just saying that because I trophied. I think there's still some room for improvement here, but this list is good. Like, Urza's Saga plus Painter is a really, really powerful setup. And Tezzeret gives you the ability to dig for that, or just another way to pivot into the, like, plan B of I am going to bash you with a construct. Like, we got the Death Laser off once, we plussed with Tezzeret a couple of times. I'm not sure if like this is the optimal way to do things. Like, again, I am slightly concerned with like 14 black sideboard cards with the number of black sources that I have. Like, maybe in this deck you don't get to play Island Swamp. You need to play like Underground Sea, so that like both of these colored sources are things that tap for Baleful Strix. I'm not exactly sure. If I was going to continue to play with this deck, I would be working with the mana, like seeing like is the Baleful Strix worth it? Is the black worth it? Do I have too many black sideboard cards? I do wonder if I have enough for combo in the sideboard. Like, I feel like I have graveyard based combo like really, really covered. But like something like Show and Tell, for example, like I basically have 4 Thoughtseizes for, and then it's just like the stuff that's in the main deck. I wonder if that's enough. I don't think you get to play like some of the black sideboard hate cards like Necromentia or something like that, but like maybe you could play some Fluster Storms or something. Yeah, I don't I don't know exactly. I don't feel settled with how the sideboard looks. And another thing that I don't necessarily like about it is, like, if you're playing these fatal pushes and stuff to presumably get things like Delvers out of the way, and you're like fetching an Underground Sea a lot of the time to do that, then you open yourself up further to Wasteland. It's it's tricky, but like there is totally something here with this deck. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing for legacy, modern, and vintage content 5 days a week. And if you're really, really, really enjoying the content and you have something spicy you want to see on the channel, this deck list, as well as my donation information, is available in the video description. Have a great rest of the day. I'm gonna go celebrate my trophy.